After the attack was successful, I became the white moonlight of the heroine. The system cured my terminal illness as agreed, and erased all traces of me. Send me out of the country. I thought we would never see each other again. But 6 years later, that system found me again, said that there is a villainous male supporting character. I need to appear. When I became vicious and greedy, Lin Waxi, will you still love me? The plane landed slowly. The city, familiar traffic and high-rise buildings, unfold before my eyes. I looked out the window, exhaled deeply. If it weren't for the system threatening with obliteration, I couldn't promise to come back at all. After all, when we broke up, we were in a terrible situation. He chased me to the airport. The corners of his eyes were red, calling my name over and over again through the crowd, just to beg me not to leave. 49 voices of despair. But until my back disappeared at the end of the security check, he also did not receive any response. At that time, he really loved me very much. Even if I tell him in person, I approached him just for his money. He didn't care. I sold everything he gave me, even that ring, stepped on a plane to a foreign country, before blacking out his green bubble. Leave him the last word, sorry. Miss Lin was just having fun. Why do you take it seriously? Petite girls at the airport hunched over. The whole person almost collapsed. The hot tears smashed down one by one. In his status as an illegitimate son of a wealthy family, he was ostracized. When being discussed, the only one standing by his side. Now he has also turned his back on him. In oppressive days, the only light suddenly went out. This was a huge blow to him. This scene was photographed by passers-by and posted on the internet. The innocent girl chased her to the airport and asked to get back together. The entry exploded immediately. Lin Waxi's identity was picked up on the same day. On the wrist alone, a bracelet is worth tens of thousands of dollars. 6 years have passed. There are also people who keep posting comparison videos of Lin Waxi, the embarrassed and down-and-out girl at the airport, grew into a powerful golden circle boss. The eyebrows and eyes are precious and fierce. The video is accompanied by the boy at the airport back then. Do you regret it? Maybe, as long as you can be more decent when you break up back then. The task will not be so tricky now. It was detected that the male protagonist, Zhao Jing, is now in the KK bar. Please arrive at the site as soon as possible. Use the identity of Bai Yuguang to ridicule and belittle him. Zhao Jing's 3rd year of high school. The rich young master who pursued Lin Waxi relentlessly. After knowing that I am Lin Waxi's boyfriend, he even came to me specifically to provoke me, tear up my test paper, poured cold water on me, forced me to break up with Lin Waxi. I tugged at the corners of my mouth. The system is really bad enough for you to choose the male protagonist. Host, you just need to complete the task. The sound of the system is still cold. The bar at 12 o'clock is lively and noisy. I was wearing a black blazer. Follow the beat of the music, swaying in the hot dancing girl, even if we haven't seen each other for many years. But the man in the distance noticed me. His eyes followed my every move. I tugged at the corners of my mouth, showing a face in his direction. Soon, I was dragged off the dance floor by 2 men dressed in black. It's really you. Jiu Waijo didn't expect you to dare to come back. He shook his glass. He looked at me with contempt. The arrogance in the words is the same as it was back then. I rubbed my wrist. Sit across from him, with eyes full of smiles. Look at him. Why are you afraid that I, Bai Yuguang, will come back and snatch Lin Waxi away? What are you afraid of? Please also refrain from having delusions. Weibo comments are polar reversed. Someone picked up the boy who was at the airport back then. It is the white moonlight of my golden circle boss. There was a lot of laughter in the comment area. I sighed that there was really such an affectionate woman. And Zhao Jing deleted Weibo overnight. Is there still a task for the system? Zhao Jing's stardom has almost been ruined. I heard that it has become extremely irritable now. He seemed to hear some joke, smashing things at home all day. The task of the vicious male partner has been basically completed. I lay in bed in silence for a long time. Asked softly if I was leaving. Yes, wait for you to finish filming this drama. I rolled over. Bury your face in the pillow. You are quite good at beginning and ending. Lin Waxi moved fiercely when he lay down. I moved. Even the curvature of the lips has risen a little. Reached out and hugged him. He was slightly startled and then lowered his head slightly. So soft that I thought you were asleep. It's not waiting for you yet. I felt the heat in his chest. Lin Wei opened his mouth deliberately. I kinda wanna quit the circle. The entertainment industry is too tiring. My body is a little overwhelmed. He hardly thought much. The person to be afraid of is you. Can it be true? I didn't expect him to agree so quickly. Really, I ride the surprise on my face. Then chirped and kissed his face. Living like a woodpecker. He couldn't help but laugh at my reaction. Roll over and press me down. There is a smile that cannot be hidden between his eyebrows and eyes. Will it be troublesome? No, I will look at his eyebrows. You not only cheated him out of his money back then. Time can't help but trace the contours of his face. How can it not be troublesome? So many scripts and endorsements have signed contracts. Liquidated damages alone are not a small amount. Linwig, is there anything in particular you want to do?
He thought about it seriously.
Many such as, looking at me, my gaze became obscure. The throat rolled slightly. The crimson on the tips of the ears gradually spreads. Also deceived his feelings. I understood it at once. His face suddenly became a little hot. Well, let's start with the first thing. I looked at her and whispered. The lights in the room were turned off. In the dark, I took the initiative to kiss her. I searched the internet for 100 little things couples must do. Then pick a few that work. Let's go to the movies together. A funny scene in the camera. He has been looking for you for several years but has not found it. When I laughed so hard that I couldn't straighten my waist. He looked at my profile. The eyebrows and eyes also smiled. Let's go see the fireworks together. When the bright fireworks explode overhead, I bowed my head. Hands clasped together. Sincerely wish him health and safety. Go to the playground together. When the Ferris wheel rises to the top. It's good now. The distant city is brightly lit. I took the initiative to hug his neck. He kissed affectionately. Let's go see the flowers. Go to see the sea and see the clouds on the top of the mountain. And the first rays of the morning sun. Brilliant and brilliant sunset. I also went to our high school back then. I found that classroom. But nothing has changed. You show up yourself. I rubbed the marks on the table. Some emotional. The placement of a desk. It's exactly the same as back then. I asked someone to seal it. He pulled away his chair and sat down. Look at the blackboard in front of me until every time I think of you. I will come here to sit down. I sat down in the chair next to him. If you have something to think about, you should know. He suddenly turned his head sideways. He looked at me with burning eyes. Late arrival. This is the first time I can tilt my head to see the gaze room. He curled his lips first. I laughed too. I know he likes to hold hands. Likes cuddles. Likes kissing. I like that I am close to him. Lin Waxy hates deception and betrayal the most. The filming of The Crew is coming to an end. In the last time, these are what he likes. I try my best to satisfy him. Late at night, I looked at his side face in a daze. I don't know if I've been laughing too much lately. He is sleeping now. There seemed to be a faint smile on his lips. When I reached out and touched his cheek with my fingers. The system, which had been silent for a long time, suddenly spoke. Guess someone like him who will be rewarded. The host reminds me again. Don't get too carried away with the relationship. The fingers paused in the air for a long time and then retracted. I lay back on the pillow. Pick up the phone next to the bed. The page of my ticket booking has been stuck for a long time. In the end, I still paid. The day the crew finished filming. I smiled and raised a glass to everyone there. I drank a lot of wine. How will it torture you? As if he just got himself drunk. You don't have to think about anything. When Lin Waxy came, I threw myself into his arms in surprise. But he didn't laugh as usual. Why are you unhappy? Come and give me a smile. I pinched his face happily. Let him help me away. He put me in the co-pilot. He looked at me with schadenfreude. Hands on top of me. His vision suddenly darkened. He stared at me in the dark for a long time. The throat rolled with difficulty. Why book a plane ticket? I was slightly stunned, and sure enough, I was discovered. I lied in a low voice in drunkenness. Want to travel abroad? His gaze was instantaneous. Broken asked me cautiously if I didn't go. That doesn't change the fact that I am his white moonlight. I lowered my head to avoid his gaze. Just when he wanted to say something, I hummed and pushed him away.
He lay back on the backrest limp.
Tilted his head to the other side. He stood outside alone for a long time before getting into the car. The car was quiet and dark. He buried his head in the steering wheel. Breathed deeply. The hair is a little messy in the layers. My tone is understatement. After a while, he leaned over. Wai lowered his eyes, slowly and gently rubbing my lips with his index finger. The voice is hoarse. It's like muttering to yourself. What should I do if you leave? Respond to his. It was the endless silence and long breathing in the car. Gently, he touched the position of my heart. There is a beating there. The smile on the corners of his lips was obviously a little lighter. Suddenly, the back of my hand was hit by the cold. It clicked very lightly. Amnesia spread on the back of my hand. The last few days, Lin Waxy became obviously silent. He pushed a lot of work to accompany me. I cherish every minute and every second with me. The day I left, he carefully asked me if I could let him send it off. I chuckled and agreed to him.
That was.
The noise and rush of the airport are as they were back then. We all know that this may be a farewell. I dragged my suitcase. Step by step, the distance was gradually widened. Quite a few pedestrians passed between us. The radio in the airport is constantly echoing. Jiu Wai Zhou, my steps paused slightly. That's how he called me at the airport. I counted a full 49 sounds. He emphasized that at least it was me. This time I turned back. I saw him standing there, looking at me through the crowd and hustle and bustle. The corners of his lips tugged up. He smiled embarrassedly and said that he wanted to have a good time when he got there. If one day you want to come back, don't forget to come to me. I will always wait for you. That room is a gift from me. Be sure to take them apart next time you come back. Hold on to this. I've waited too long. I am him too. Smiled and looked at my tear-filled eyes, as sincere and hot as back then. My fingertips tightened suddenly. The huge tears gathered at the corners of the eyes and were about to fall out. I love you. The corners of her lips are still curled and smiling at me. Slightly red eyes. The voice was low and sincere. My heart is always hot. The background music of the hustle and bustle. My tears fell suddenly. The countdown to the system is becoming more and more urgent. I heard his fiery and sincere confession again. Why I love you. The tears on Yong's face are getting more and more wiped away, until it is so blurry that you can't see the road in front of you. In the last 3 seconds of the system's countdown, I pass the security check. The plane takes off from the airport. The city is getting smaller. We looked at each other. Is the application process fast there? How long does it take? A few months, maybe. I looked at the white clouds outside the plane. Sniffed. The voice was hoarse. Thank you for your hard work. Before leaving, I asked the system, is there a way for me to stay here? The smile in my eyes grew stronger and stronger. He said he had to write materials. Apply to your superiors. The story of you and the heroine is obviously more vivid and tortuous. So the probability of success in the application is quite high? The system can't think of you, and it's not useless. The nonsense system is speechless. In the days of repeating the cycle, I still go to and from work, eat alone, watch a movie alone. He finally broke through the defenses and approached me. Sometimes on the street, looking at the shadow of a person in the window. Occasionally I would lose sleep late at night. It is inevitable to think of that deep fragility, with eyes of reluctance and attachment. Those torments he suffered because of his longing. I went through it one by one. I learned from him. Prepare gifts for him at every meaningful program. Write your thoughts in a thick diary. Gritted his teeth and said to Jiu Weizhou, I want to give it to him when we meet again. The 4 seasons change. The years change. The good news of the system came 2 years later. Can your work efficiency be lower? The system is rare and doesn't leverage me. Congratulations sincerely. Host, I snorted. I can't help but curl my lips. A winter day with heavy snow. You want to be shameless. I walked into the nearest cafe. That was prompted countless times that the user did not exist. The number was finally dialed. Hey, a familiar and deep voice came out of the microphone. I was shocked. I heard a very slight breathing sound on the other end. And carefully testing Hawaii, I watched the streets outside, people coming and going. Slowly curl your lips. Lin Waxy, I'm coming back. You've been gone for so many years. Extra Lin Waxy's perspective on the 6 years he left. On the surface, I took over the burden of the family without distraction. Secretly, he has been looking for him countless times. But there was no news from him. Sometimes I'm on the streets of a foreign country. Suddenly, at a certain moment when pedestrians pass by, shed tears. It was obviously a sense of familiarity, but there was no one around.
It's him. Lin Wakesy is already mine now.
It is as if we are divided into two parallel worlds. And he just happened to pass by here. A long, long time. He never heard from him. They all said, youthful emotions will fade with the passage of time. But not here with me. I want to see him growing stronger. They thought I hated him. But how could it be? The person he loves now is me. In the dark night when I was alone. It was he who took my hand. It was he when I was criticized countless times. Stand next to me. It was he who gave me a gloomy and depressing high school. Bring the only shining light. Although the ending is not perfect, but the process is extremely sincere. How could I hate him? I want to see him. I warned you. The surging emotions are at the moment of reunion after a long absence. Full outbreak. I don't know if God heard my heart. In the bar, he stood in front of me with a smile on his face. Like a dream, the rise of my fingertips reminds me that it is not a dream. That's him and my Hawaii. At that moment, I didn't want to think about anything. I don't want to talk about that parting. Deceive those words like knives. Don't be sentimental. I don't want to talk about the almost crazy search in the past 6 years. I just want to hold her. I just want to feel the smell of her. Hawaii, I love you. So when you talk about the healer in your dream, choose to believe. I love you. So I chose to let go on the night you were drunk. I love you even if you become vicious and mean to them. I will love you too. As he spoke, he turned on his phone. Fairy tales stipulate the criteria for lovers. And you never need standards with me, just because you are Joe. The long and depressing youth is you who spend it with me. I grew up in suffering and harshness. For me, there are not many good things in the world. The evening breeze blowing from across the river in the evening remains. 18-year-old laughing is deadly. There are still many years from now that your sentence is in danger. Pointing forcefully at the headline of the entertainment news with horizontal and bold formations. I'm coming back, good night. Show me the first-line actor Zhao Jing. And a certain Beijing circle boss behaved ambiguously. A love affair was exposed. The photo shows the blurred back of a woman and a man.
Eat in a restaurant.
Walking side by side on the road. And one in front and one after the other. I clicked on the blurred side face and was enlarged. Don't doubt it. It is Lin Wakesy. He curled the corners of his mouth, showed an expression of ambition. I didn't say it wasn't him. I said lightly. He snorted. Then he clicked on the photo album and showed it to me. The background is like a family gathering. The man stands by the woman's side. The head rested slightly on the woman's broad shoulders. The smile is like a flower. I glanced at it twice. Push your phone back, leaning back on the back of the chair. Cross your fingers on your legs. The index finger rubbed slowly. 6 years. She completely lost her girlish aura. A black dress is cold and strong. The eyebrows and eyes looking at the camera are extremely indifferent. She used to be cold and silent. Don't approach strangers. But it will happen when I touch the small mole at the corner of her eye. The eyelashes trembled. Unblinking indulgence. My actions have never been the same as they are now. With coercion, it gives people a full sense of oppression. A slightly unfamiliar Lin Wakesy. It seems to see what I think. The system faintly said that no one will stay where they are. The host cannot fully remember the original feelings. Bai Yuguang's identity is now equivalent to a cover. You just have to take advantage of this guise. Just complete the task. I was silent. Then drink the wine in the glass in one gulp. It is impossible to fully remember a smile. But he couldn't have completely forgotten either. Just as I was getting up to leave, the person behind suddenly stood up and shouted to me, Jiu Haijong. He only loves me now.
Again.
Stop showing up. Be careful that he peels off a layer of your skin. How stubborn. I paused, turned around and smiled, saying, that's really unfortunate. I just signed with Lin Wakesy's company. It is estimated that we will meet every day in the future. Joe, you did it on purpose. Is he angry? Yes, on purpose. Back then, you relied on the wealth of your family. I haven't forgotten what I did to me.
Guess.
In the future, will the company's resources be given to you or me? I was still smiling. He turned pale with anger. Pick up the wine glass and pour it on me. But the next moment, the footsteps suddenly stopped again. In a daze, the music in the bar seemed to stop for a moment. I seemed to feel something. Follow his gaze and look back. A vague and familiar figure in the noise. Freeze in the pupil. The woman wears a black top. The button hasn't had time to be buttoned yet. The hair on her forehead was a little messy by the wind. It seems to have come in a hurry from a meeting. Countless eyes fell on her. But she stood there and looked at me, separated from the crowd and the hustle and bustle. It was like a dream. Reunion after a long absence. I think she should hate me, but I didn't see it in his eyes. See any hatred and unwillingness. There's more inside. It was some kind of subtle emotion surging. It's been a long time since I last saw you. I still speak first, greeted him with a smile. We ended up eating together. During this period, Zhao Jing has been picking vegetables for Lin Waxi. Every action is on display. How close is his relationship with Lin Waxi now? And Lin Waxi hardly spoke. Tighten your jaw. Expressionless. But the eyes were restrained and hot. If you look closely, you will also be a little cautious. I have to say, this has a strong sense of separation in him. Finally, when dessert is served, Zhao Jingyi saw the 3 orange mousses, covered lips and smiled. Oh, why did Ning Bing still order my favorite? I remember Jiu Weizhou seems to be allergic to mangoes. A smug look fell on me, but the words just fell. The waiter brought another small plate of dessert, brought it to me. Sir, your chocolate mousse. I looked up at the woman opposite. Your girlfriend's voice is very soft. But the eyes fell on me uncontrollably, with a faint expectation. This is my favorite flavor from the past. I paused. Raise a smile. Politely, thank you, Mr. Lin. The next task is to provoke the relationship between the male and female protagonists, and cut the script of the male protagonist of Who. In the bathroom, I was in the mirror, surprised and said that it was that simple. The system paused.
Host.
You better have a clear understanding of yourself. Don't forget how you left the heroine in the first place. I washed my hands, laughed and said, System, I think you should underestimate the lethality of white moonlight. In the mirror, those long, narrow and cold eyes suddenly met me. Is there anything wrong? I shook my hand, turned around calmly. She pursed her lips, looked at me in silence. The eyes were dark like a ball of ink. Roll your throat. It seems like he wants to say something, but he never spoke. I chuckled and called her name casually. Rain. The slightly rising tail note is exactly the same as back then. The hand on his side suddenly clenched. The fingertips are white. I just stood there like that, eyebrows and eyes smiling. I looked at him leisurely. Does the system see it? Bai Yuguang didn't have to do anything. White moonlight just needs to stand there. It can make his heart twist like a knife. The pain is unbearable. The system was silent for a while. Talent is the host. You are cruel. You who formulated this task. Isn't it cruel? I lowered my eyes indifferently. This interrupted story. They have to make up for it. Worst ending. Let the girl watch everything she once had. A tragedy that leads to destruction. I forgot how we kissed each other. I just remembered to breathe and look at each other. The emotions in his eyes surged into turbulent waves. The next moment I was pressed against the wall by him. Oppressive, vengeful kisses. The fire fell in a hurry. Just when I was out of breath, he slowed down again. Become gentle, pious, and careful. Later, he hugged me tightly. His forehead rested against my neck. Breathe deeply. The whole person is indescribably hurt and fragile. My heart trembled slightly. There seemed to be a slight amnesia on the shoulder. I looked at his slightly messy hair. I couldn't help but stretch out my hand to reason. I have a room on the top floor. Do blind pressing. His voice was muffled and hoarse. There were no lights in the room. My kiss fell on his neck. He was a little overwhelmed on his collarbone. Fall on the sofa, panting heavily. I gently bit into his earlobe. Lin Waxi chuckled with ease. Do you like it? His expression was obviously stunned. Reuse him. Use your past feelings to pinch him. His expression turned cold. Just before he reached out to push me away, I kissed it again. I pried open his teeth lightly. Gradual siege of the city. Slowly, he wanted to push my hand away. Remove the force. What to want? His voice was slightly hoarse. Suppressing emotions. The redness at the corners of his eyes hasn't faded yet. The big hand restraint is on me, on the back of the waist. I thought he would ask me where I had been all these years. Why not come back? Why lie to him? Or settle the old accounts with me? Put some harsh words. But nothing. He chose to ask the question of the moment. Ask me what the purpose of approaching him is. I held my cheek with one hand. His fingers were pointed at his spring light. Zhao Yingying said that Zhao Jing's play is the male number one. You know, I don't like him. Host, you'd better not be so direct. The system seems to be unable to stand it. Couldn't help but remind out loud. No one would say yes in such a situation. Is it? I used those beautiful smiling eyes, looking for the woman in front of him. She pursed her lips tightly and looked at me. I could even feel the rise and fall of her chest, and a slight breath between breaths. 1 second and 2 seconds. 3 seconds is fine. I asked. The defense line set up in his heart was easily breached. His throat rolled. Look at me deeply. Spit out a good voice in a dumb voice. The smile on my lips deepened. Thank you, Mr. Lin. I straightened up, planned to get up. By the way, reminded. The system suggests you. Don't make a sound when I do tasks in the future. Otherwise, every time you slap in the face. The back of the waist was suddenly hugged by a pair of big hands. Caught off guard, I fell on top of him. Jiu Waizhou, he buried his head in my neck. Breathed deeply. I was stunned for a moment. There was a momentary blank in my mind. It was muffled and low. The voice came from my neck, with a deep powerlessness and indescribable attachment. He said, don't play with me, okay? I can't stand playing like this. When I went back, Lin Waxi gave me it. The car stopped gently at the door of a hotel. Just as I was unfastening my seat belt to get out of the car, he suddenly reached out and grabbed me. What's wrong with you living here? He lowered the window, looked at the hotel, a neon sign with one word dropped, and an unguarded front desk. Not safe this. The hotel only found out that there was a problem a few years ago. The dim lights on the roof of the car sprinkled on his hair. He looked at me. The lips moved slightly. Is it okay to be here? I didn't answer. Just follow his gaze and look out the car window. Old wooden windows sway in the wind. There was no one around. Since I just got off the plane, the system asked me to rush to the bar. Time is too tight. I had to find a nearby hotel to put my luggage. I didn't expect to look at the OK Hotel in the afternoon. At night, it inexplicably added a bit of gloom. It's okay, I swallowed my saliva. I saw it in the afternoon. At this time, I had secretly made up my mind. Be sure to rush upstairs as quickly as possible. Then lock the door. Get into the quilt. Just as I got on the door handle, the person next to him suddenly spoke. I just seemed to see it. There is a woman in a red dress, walking through with disheveled hair. Seeing my movements pause, she added cruelly. She seemed to be floating in midair. After a short second of hesitation, decisively let go of the door handle. Lie back in your seat. 1 a.m. Lin Waxi's villa is still lit. I am lamenting that rich people are luxury. As soon as the door opened, I saw a well-maintained lady sit on the couch, dressed elegantly and luxuriously, wearing light makeup. I felt a little familiar inexplicably. Why did you come back so late? As soon as the mean voice came out, I just remembered that this was Linwig's mother. Her eyes fell on Linwig. Then it turned to me again, with obvious contempt and arrogance. Linwig stood calmly in front of me. Block all her eyes. Mother Lin stirred the coffee slowly, frowned and apologized in his usual preachy tone. I thought you were sensible. Xiao Jing told me about today. His mother, Lin Waxi, interrupted him. The eyes said indifferently, I think I have been thinking about it for a long time. I told you before, don't interfere with my business, especially feelings. I don't know what you mean these days. A cold and merciless voice. Lin's mother's face changed immediately. She put the coffee on the table. Volume increased. Lin Waxi, what kind of attitude do you have? I have raised you for so many years. How did you talk to me? If I had known, I shouldn't have taken you back in the first place. You should be the same as your mother, starved to death on the street. A high-pitched voice burrowed into my ears, lowered his eyes unbearably. Yes, Lin Waxi is his father's illegitimate daughter outside. A huge family business needs heirs. If it weren't for the fact that all the children in the family died, Mother Lin, no matter what, none of them would agree to take Lin Waxi home. She didn't like the child. The identity of the illegitimate daughter was also spread by him. This also led to Lin Waxi's entire youth, all spent in exclusion and criticism. At that time, he was taciturn. He may not necessarily reply even if I say 10 words. Look at me following Lin Waxi every day. Many people are laughing at me. Is it playing the domineering president's set? trying to melt the iceberg with love. But only I know. Lin Weik is not an iceberg. He will listen to me quietly. Will bring me chocolate mousse every weekend. It will be in the team of each experimental class psychology class. Silently waited for me to hold her hand. And when I hear that I'm not in good health, take out all his money and give it to me. I didn't want to just laugh and wipe my tears. Tell him in a trembling voice, I have congenital heart disease. It is not cured. I don't know when my heart will go into arrest. I can only desperately seize all the time. Strive to live an upward life. It was the system that gave me hope. I was afraid that the vase would fall to the ground and make a loud noise. Mother Lin stood. The chest rose and fell violently. The face was angry. Bai Linwei faced west without changing his color. Just slapped the unwarranted dust on his shoulder. Wrote the mother lightly. Have you forgotten? Now the person in charge of the Lin family is no longer my dad. Smash things like this again. I won't get used to you. Listen up, Lin Weihai. The last time. Lin Weiqi interrupted him lightly. In the future, I will arrange for Zhao Jing and me to have dinner without authorization. Jiu paparazzi took a photo. Then don't blame me for not missing the love for so many years. And not only that, I will also turn my face over there in the Zhao family. Those photos in Zhao Jing's hand. Everything has an explanation. Do you know? I'm for your own good. It is also for the sake of this family. You don't understand anything, do you? But I don't think so. The current Lin family is so weak that it needs to be maintained by marriage. Seeing that his nominal daughter was not under his control, he was angry and corrupted. Immediately turned the target of the attack to me. I'll just say what's going on. It turns out it's because of you, a bitch. You deserve to come back. These few sentences again. Quarreled with him back then. I have never lost. I opened my mouth. I was about to open the microphone passionately. But before I could speak, I heard Lin Weixi's sharp scolding. Enough of Lin's mother's tears suddenly fell. The lips trembled and were speechless. The woman's pupils were dark. The hand on his side slowly clenched his eyes and stared at him. Word by word is said slowly and clearly. I said the same. Don't let me hear you denigrate him.
He took out a card from his bag.
Placed on the table in front of Mother Lin. Indifferent. This month, you might want to travel abroad. Everywhere is good. Don't appear in front of me. Send Leon's mother away. Linwich took me up to the second floor. The master bedroom has a lot of space. There are elaborate dressing tables. There is no wide cloakroom. Soft big bed. There are 2 pillows neatly arranged. I stood at the door and hesitated. You live here alone. A long, long time alone. He was half leaning against the door. Lowered eyes. Look at the European wall clock on my wall. Impartially pointing to 2 o'clock in the morning. Feeling tired is coming. I couldn't hold back my yawn. Turning around, he vaguely said if there were guest rooms. Pack me a room. He grabbed my wrist. I paused slightly. He looked at me seriously. Broken hair hangs down on the front of his forehead. The voice was very soft and asked if it was okay to sleep here. Breathed between the eyes. The longing in his eyes gradually overflowed. Overwhelming. Almost drowning me. My eyes flickered. Looked away. Tried to grab his wrist. But he held it harder and harder. His dark eyes looked at me stubbornly without blinking. I can't pull it out. Lin Weiqi, I call him. The words just fell. The strength in his hand suddenly loosened. He opened his eyes. Long eyelashes covered down, covering the emotions in his eyes. Sorry for the low voice. A little dumb. I looked at his expression. My heart sank inexplicably, looking at his back as he slowly turned away. I suddenly opened my mouth to stop him. Lin Weiqi paused and turned back. Under his gaze, I took a deep breath. Forget it. No need to clean up. I can sleep this too. The moonlight outside the window was particularly bright. I was bored looking through the book at the bedside. Suddenly, a small piece suddenly dented on his side. He sat up. What are you looking at? The voice was slightly low. He leaned over. The whole body is covered with the damp water vapor of the bathroom, and a nice scent of body wash. Your book, a book for insomnia. Someone else gave it. I casually flipped through a few pages, then put it back on the bedside. After turning off the lights, in the silent space, only each other's breathing can be heard. I finally couldn't help but ask Lin Weiqi, do you usually have insomnia? What are you thinking about when you can't sleep occasionally? I laughed when I wanted to sleep. The evening breeze blew up the light and soft gauze. People who say insomnia fall asleep quickly, and I have rare insomnia. His hands were held too tightly. I finally had a hard time, pushed him away and wrapped him up again. I took a deep breath. The person behind me hugged me and slept very deeply. I lay on my side. I looked at the junction of day and night in the distance for a long time in a daze. In the late night when the host is quiet, the sound of the system suddenly sounded. Don't be too systematic. I interrupted him. Do you think you are a pervert? You watch others kiss you. You also watch others sleep. Don't you have the concept of 18 bands? The system was rarely silent. Zhao Jing's drama is a big IP adaptation. The male protagonist said to change. Weibo caused an uproar. Who is in the arms of what the ghost? I've never heard of it. It's too tough. Amateurs grab the scripts of first-line male stars. It's unheard of.
It's Sugar Daddy.
Otherwise, rely on him. How is that possible? Everyone knows that. Zhao Jing's family is rich. His girlfriend is also the boss of the company. How can this be grabbed? Isn't upstairs refuting the rumors? Boss Ren has nothing to do with him at all. Well, it's not half a day. The entry of Zhao Jing being robbed of the scene rushed to the hot search. The bottom half is scolding me. Half of them sympathized with Zhao Jing. Bored. Put down his phone again. What is the next task of the system? Took the opportunity to slap Zhao Jing in the face. Argued with him. And exposed his school bullying to the media. Let the male protagonist fall into a controversial storm. The male protagonist of this play was replaced by me. And Zhao Jing refused to give up this drama. He had to be given the role of the second male lead. The best agent in the circle took me. Assistants, bodyguards, makeup artists, etc. are all available. I even have my own powder room, a configuration that only big-name stars have. I blew the air conditioner while blowing it. While reading the script, this first scene is a slap. The reason is that the second male lead climbed the female protagonist's bed. The male protagonist asked someone to pull him over for questioning. As a result, the second male lead not only showed off triumphantly, he also said that he would replace the male protagonist sooner or later. The male protagonist slapped the second male lead several times in a fit of anger. This role is quite in line with Zhao Jing's temperament system. You won't see blood if you slap so much. The male protagonist's aura is not a decoration. Host, you still worry about yourself. Originally, Zhao Jing brought a stand-in. The director said when filming started, scenes taken opposite each other cannot use stand-ins. Seeing him kneel down in front of me in humiliation, I just want to laugh. When my first slap fell, Zhao Jing exploded. Jiu Waijiu, what do you mean? Didn't you say that you faked it? I blinked innocently.
I'm sorry.
I can't act. In the end, it is taking into account the surrounding cameras. He didn't dare to attack on the spot. Director, let's have one more one. He slapped the second one with the wind down. His hairstyle was slapped off. I thought about it. It's better to really fight. How can the fight come out of the real effect? I pretended to be serious. The person in front of him couldn't bear it anymore. He grabbed me by the collar and pressed it against the wall. His eyes were about to burst. Jiu Waijiu, do you know who I am? Believe it or not, I'll let my bodyguard clean you up now. How miserable you were in the alley back then. Zhao Jingwu interrupted him lightly. Smiling, you really haven't changed at all. The cameraman is exceptionally sharp. Immediately pointed the camera at us. Zhao Jing's character in the circle has always been excellent. A proud, sober, and independent rich young master. Many people chased after him and called his brother so handsome. I don't know when those fans know. The brother he admires day and night. It turned out to be the mastermind of school bullying. How will you feel? I ignored his fierce warning eyes. Let him be pulled away by my bodyguard, facing the camera. I calmly thought about what he did back then. Those bullied girls are beautiful. Gentle personality. Even if it was a few seconds slower when passing in front of him, will become a reason for his bullying. Those incidents that were suppressed by the school back then. At this moment, it surfaced. Weibo hot search exploded again. Zhao Jing's endorsement fell off. Many variety shows have dropped him. Now the whole network is a voice of boycott. Several girls posted long testimonies. Those tortures that were suffered in youth, there will be years to rehabilitate them. The second male lead has to be recast. Filming was temporarily interrupted. When I went home in the evening, Linwich said he wanted to pick me up. The crew has a car here. The assistant can give it to me. But he insisted. I had to let him go. It was evening. The sky is filled with soft roses. The low-key and luxurious car flashes its taillights. Slowly stopped in front of me. How to drive yourself. I pulled the door open and sat up. He was dressed in black. The cuffs are rolled up with 2 gold lines that are expensive and casual. The cold white wrist wears a bracelet. The whole person seems to have been carefully taken care of. The driver took a leave of absence, he said without changing his face. He turned sideways. Take out a delicate black box from the lattice. Tie me a beautiful bow ribbon on it. What it is? Give your gift. I was stunned. Opened the box and smiled and said that it was not a festival. Why give me a gift? Is it okay to panic if you burn too much money? I was speechless. He pursed his lips. Just look at me sideways like that. 1 second and 2 seconds. 3 seconds, his fingertips were slowly tightening. His eyes gradually dimmed as they looked at each other. I don't know why. Suddenly, I couldn't bear it. In the end, he still stretched out his hand. Well, this time, he placed the gift in my palm. It also carries a silver white key. What it is? Room key at the end of the 2nd floor. Just finished dinner. Lin Wakesy received a call from his assistant. It is said that the company has a key to deal with it. Until late at night, he didn't come back either. Under the moonlight, I stared at the key on the table for a long time. The key is inserted into the hole. The closed room at the end of the 2nd floor was slightly opened. The dust rises. Bright chandeliers are sprinkled. Shake my eyes. It was a huge European-style cabinet. Every compartment inside is filled with gifts. Valentine's Day, Tanabata Festival, birthday, Christmas, New Year's Eve. On every gift box. All with beautiful gold labels and short words. The moon on Ahui Kixi is very bright. Did you look up? The flowering period of Ahui roses is not long. So I made each petal into a specimen. You can see the snow when you come back. Ahui, are you cold there? Happy New Year. These exquisite, expensive gifts with heart. Just lying there quietly, waiting for the mailmaster to open it with his own hands. Through those gifts, I seem to have seen countless points in time. Lin Wyke, dressed in a white dress, stood here. Let the fine lights fall all over the body. A person stared at the gifts all over the room in a daze. In the middle of the cabinet is the ring that I sold back then, covered by a sheer glass cover. She bought it back, blooming here. Accompany me day and night. My heart suddenly started throbbing for some reason. He was still a little trembling when his fingertips touched the cover. Tears hit the ground. I reached out and touched it. His face was already cold. My heart surged with unprecedented turbulent emotions. It overwhelms me. Back then, I seemed to love someone very much. System, I am not. I haven't asked yet. The system answered my question. In those days, I wanted you to start your life again. Erases a part of your emotions. So in countless lonely long nights, only he struggled. I miss people in the distance over and over again. The host does not belong to you here. You'll leave sooner or later. I didn't answer, just staring blankly at the gifts. Tears scrambled to fall. Once again, the host system spoke out. Knowing that, I took a deep breath, desperately calming down. Then exit the room. The cabinet full of gifts gradually disappeared in the cracks in the door. Snap lock. A week later, the crew restarted. I know I'm a half-hearted person. Gave up the position of the male number 1. Picked up a small role to play. Linwig's home is in a villa area halfway up the mountain. It was too far from the filming location. Filming late at night. The assistant found me a hotel nearby. At 1 a.m., there was a knock on the door of the room. I saw a familiar figure in the cat's eyes. The dust is gone. Slightly messy hair. His face was full of nervousness and helplessness. Is there something wrong with this late? I turned sideways and let him in. At the moment when the door closes, he leaned over and hugged me tightly. It was as hard as if he was going to rub me into his body. He said, Awai, I can't find you. The voice was hoarse and low, trembling slightly. The wind outside blew in from the drifting sand. The moonlight fell on the shadow we embraced. I asked him cruelly, did I send you a message saying that I can't go back to live? I'm afraid you're lying to me. I smiled slightly and said, then you see me now. Isn't it just a good stand here? Well, you won't go again. Right. He hugged me tighter. The voice is very soft. It's like being afraid of shattering this dream. I was still smiling, but he couldn't say anything promised. The moonlight is thick. The wind in the middle of the night is a little cool. I raised my head and drank a glass of red wine. He grabbed my wrist. Your body is already healed. I smiled at him. Drink the last half glass of wine. Cured abroad. Not in a dream to meet a special healer. I leaned against the railing. Look at the bright lights of the city in the distance. Speak slowly. You can understand. The master of the world. He said he could cure my heart disease. But there are conditions. What conditions? Leave you, do you believe it? I tilted my head to look at him. My reflection was clearly shown in my deep pupils. I pursed my lips tightly. Suddenly laughed again.
I'm kidding.
But he reached out and touched my chest. The thump is low and powerful. In the silent late night, the heart is beating. That is vigorous vitality. After a long time, he blinked his sour eyes. Stubbornly and seriously, I believed 2 words. But can we do the same as before? Which is more intimate. Don't refuse me. Don't hide from me either. Okay, he looked at me almost pleadingly. I forgot that he was soft-hearted for a moment. Host, you will leave sooner or later. Yes, sooner or later I will leave. If you don't do some things, you won't have a chance. In his long and anxious waiting, I finally laughed, responded softly, stood up on tiptoe, and took the initiative to hug him. The next day, he sent me to the set. When I got out of the car and was about to leave, when I looked back, I saw that he was still waiting in place. I looked at him and blinked.
He pouted his mouth and muffled twice in the air.
Received it? I asked him. Like I didn't expect to do such a thing. He was stunned for a moment. But the next moment, the corners of his lips couldn't help but lift. The cooperative reached out and grabbed it twice in the air. I received it and the system couldn't stand it. The host should not be so naive. Don't worry, I snorted. I was in a good mood and went in. In the dark, someone quietly raised his phone. Capture me and the luxury car in the picture. This video quickly appeared on the hot search. The comments below are all scolding me. Obviously, someone is manipulating it. Sure enough, he was taken care of by the big guy. I said, why is my male god's joke that he will grab it? That's it. There is not a single masterpiece. I heard that there are still many endorsements. It's to make money by entering the entertainment industry by the sponsor. I forgot about the endorsement. It should have been the agent who picked it up for me. I've only been in the circle for less than half a month. They will travel for the next 6 months. Arrange it for me. Said that it would definitely make me popular. The hot search on Weibo quickly dropped. It was the company that withdrew from me. But there are still sharp-eyed people who find out. The car that appears in the video. It is very similar to the car of a certain golden circle boss. Also took out. The woman who appeared in Zhao Jing's video at the beginning. Luxury cars to compare. And Zhao Jing also posted at this time. The woman who robbed someone else. Is there still a face? For a while there were stormy waves. The gossip netizens immediately made up a big drama. The liveliness of online discussions. And I was blocked by a reporter on my way off work. Mr. Jiu Weijo, can you answer what your relationship is? The microphone was almost in front of me. They looked excitedly at the person standing next to me. The soul of gossip burns fiercely. I took the initiative to take Lin Waxie's hand, bend over and smile seriously and say that it is a girlfriend. The throat of the person next to him rolled. Then the fingers slipped into my fingers. Interlock my fingers. He leaned over. Into the microphone. Born to my boyfriend. It has always been Jiu Weijo.